Well,
Impressive, isn't it? Thousands of years old and still beautiful.
That it is. They dug it out of the sand near Thebes over 50 years ago. I was there.
Really?
I met my husband there. He was an assistant on the dig and was ordered by the director of the excavation to take care of that writer. I financed many excavations in the following years, here in Egypt and in the Near East. I visited my husband, together with our son. It was the best time of my life.
Oh, that's nice.
But a museum is no place for nostalgia.
Oh, no.
What can I do for you?
When I was working on the ship, I felt like one of the detectives in your novels.
You were lucky. It was an unusual murder. Most murders happen in the heat of the moment or are committed by idiots. They're uninspired. But Gebhardt thought it through. He could have succeeded.
I don't know. He made too many mistakes.
He made a lot of
He
mistakes.
couldn't have known that the Baroness, almost unconscious from the drugs, would lock her cabin door.
But that was a risk. The plan was too complicated and sloppily executed.
You certainly are a harsh critic, Mr. Zellner.
He could have shot her on the side deck and thrown the weapon into the sea. With no witnesses, no one would have suspected him.
How boring.
Or if it had to be a complicated plan, then he should have worked more carefully. Should have thought of everything, had a plan B in place.
Maybe he didn't have enough time. He had only a few hours to plan and commit the murder.
Still, he should have covered his tracks more carefully. The audio tape, the bloody glove, none of that should have stayed in the medical center.
See, that's what I'm saying. Westmacott seems like she's trying to make it fit. But if you think about it, the Raven and how clever he is, this is a guy who never made a mistake, never got caught, but yet Gerbhardt's leaving all sorts of evidence in the medical centre. You know, the glove, the audio tapes, all that kind of stuff. He could have easily thrown them overboard. They'd have been lost in the sea. Nobody had ever found them. The gun, to throw it on the gangplank, come on. He could have easily made sure it went in sea. It seems like it was way, way, way too sloppy. Okay, fulfilled life.
You've had a long and successful life, Lady Westmacott.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Zellner? That I should be ready to leave the stage? Because I'm not.
Oh, I didn't want...
I'm here because life is here, Constable.
Okay.
Or was. I have never lived as much as I have here. No fame, no money can buy that.
I understand.
I'm sorry, Constable Zellner. Such an outburst isn't fitting for a woman of my age.
It is.
And an
Let it
English
go.
woman at that. Let's talk about something else.
What the hell does it care if you're English, you know? English people do swear and things and get stressed. Oh no, I'm too posh to say nasty things. Of course not, don't be silly. Okay, well, let's go for your son.
Your son? You haven't said much about him. Or perhaps you did, just not by name.
You're an attentive listener, Mr. Zellner.
I was wondering why you knew so much about Miss Miller's unhappy marriage.
Ah, Miss Miller's
I
husband.
stopped paying his bar tabs. Stopped paying reporters to hush things up. He got to know her and went with her to America to start a new life. You can change your name easily, but not who you really are.
I see. So her son...
He has my eyes, doesn't he?
The Part 2 novel is for him, isn't it?
If I couldn't provide Matthew with a good father, then at least I can provide him with a good start in life.
Right, I'll say it now. So, Miss Miller's husband is her son, which means Matt is her grandson. That's why. So, as he's just said, the Part 2 novel that she's kept with her, that kind of that covers the death of Part 2, the inspector that will really set off, she's obviously going to give to Matt, probably in a will or something, so that he can then release it and make millions. Wow. So yeah, no wonder she's so good to him. That means that Miss Miller's her daughter-in-law.
Do you think that Dr. Gebhardt was the Raven?
No.
Was? Do you think he's dead?
No.
The letter sounded like he committed suicide.
There's your answer. Does that sound like the Raven? Being unmasked? Taking the easy way out?
No.
My sentiments exactly. The Raven wouldn't commit murder, get caught, and then jump into the sea.
You don't want everything to be over, do you?
It's my chance to do something great. It can't be over yet.
At least you solved the murder of the Baroness. You're a hero.
That's not how the newspapers see it, nor I. Something's missing. I can achieve more.
It isn't about whether it
Careful,
should be over.
Constable. He who flies too close to the sun.
Is that the myth of Icarus?
Icarus, yeah.
To be honest, no. The story is Greek, and was only written down 1,000 years later. I was counting on the dramatic effect.
Oh, worked well enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's like whether Zelda wants it to be or not. It's not. That's not the case. It's just the case of it's not who the Raven is. If Gebhardt really did jump into the sea and let himself die, the Raven, trust me, didn't die. The Raven's still around. Whether it is Gebhardt or whether it's somebody else, the Raven's still around.
Let's assume that the thief is still out there.
Oh, Matt's here now.
Who is he?
If all this were a novel, then it would be the one you least expect.
Then you.
Is that intended to be a confession, Lady
I
Westmacott?
would say.
What do we know about the new Raven?
He's a man who would stop at nothing.
Must it be a man? And how do we know that it's just one person? There could be several people collectively pretending to be the Raven.
So, we don't know anything.
That's not completely true. We know that he or she wants the eye of the Sphinx, and will probably strike here, assuming he or she hasn't already gone.
It may be the end of the story for me, Lady Westmacott. Inspector Legrand will arrive soon and send me to the hotel. I'll return tonight for the gala, hoping all the while that the Raven does dare to attempt a burglary. Tomorrow morning, I'll have to return to Switzerland. What an unsatisfactory ending that would be.
It wouldn't be a triumphant ending, but it could be worse. At least you'd still be alive, Constable.
Okay, well, the gala. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I'm just not happy how it's. It will. It'll be ongoing a while, yeah.
Westmacott.
But of course, the antiquities, the delightful atmosphere, and who knows, perhaps there will be another spectacular burglary.
And your cruise?
The ship doesn't leave until tomorrow, and believe me, I'd cancel the cruise for this.
As always, it was an entertaining and enlightening chat, Lady Westmacott.
I'm going to miss our little chats, Constable Zellner. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm going to put my guess forward. I still think now that Inch is the Raven, the original Raven. And I think that I'm going to go with what Dirk said. I think Kreutzer is the Raven's heir. I think he's the new one. The one that would stop at nothing and would kill people and hurt people and everything. But I think Inch is going to prove to be the Raven. That would give him access to stay close to the Baroness. And you wouldn't really think about him because he seems very fragile and almost gangly. And, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem like there's anything to him. But, you know, that might be a kind of... That could really be throwing you off in that respect. Okay, let's go and talk to Matt. Hi, Matt.
Ahoy, Matt.
The statue was talking.
The statue
Was it?
was talking?
Yes.
And what did it say?
It said it was...
That's a very bad word.
Are you making bad words up?
And an English one. Don't you think it's odd that an old Egyptian statue speaks English?
Don't you think it's odd that a statue speaks at all?
That would have been my next question.
Okay, let's talk to statue.
And, is the statue talking to you right now?
Do you think I'm nuts?
No, of course not. I just thought you might have much better ears than me. Ears that can hear statues.
Some cop you are, Mr. Zellner. This is a mystery, and you're just making jokes.
I'm not.
You're right. It's just...
Don't you believe me?
I believe you.
We both agree that a stone statue without a mouth or vocal cords cannot speak, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Okay. That means you heard something else. And we have to find out what or who it was.
Roger.
See, that's better. You know, obviously wasn't the statue talking, but he heard somebody talk. I believe that. Okay,
I'm
now,
almost
Cruz.
a bit envious of you. Going up the Nile on a ship, it must be great.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't sound so keen.
I think my mom wants the professor to come too.
And you don't?
Why?
You can't tell me.
What if Mom marries the professor and doesn't work with the lady anymore? We'd have to move to London, and I'd have to go to a new school.
Oh, don't worry about that. You know, you don't really... She's not going to let him go, Westmacott. No way. Did you think of her at all?
You like your life as it is, and you don't want to change a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But have you ever thought about whether your mother is happy?
Exactly.
The world doesn't revolve around you, you know. If you're unhappy, you have to do something. Sometimes you have to take a chance. And in that case, you need all the help you can get.
Do you mean Mom isn't happy?
She might be lonely.
know. What do you think? Ah, this we have to see. The eye is coming.
The eye is coming. Yeah, she could be. She's probably lonely, Miss Miller. That's why, you know, she's probably getting close to the guy himself, to Lucian. If he makes her happy, then surely
This
Matt
will
should
all be over soon.
go
Then
with
I'll
it.
finally have time for you.
We wanted to head back to the hotel.
Certainly. And tonight at the gala, I'll show you around the museum, okay? And have you made up your mind about the cruise?
Well,
She's not sure. Oh, here he is. What's he
well,
gonna do?
I don't really know.
She don't know what to do. Look, poor. Has she listened to what? Has he listened to what I said? Come on, Matt, grow up, be a
Oh,
lad.
come on, Mom. Who could teach us more about Egypt than the professor?
Good lad. Good boy.
Then it's settled.
Well done, Matt. He's growing. He's becoming a good lad. Good man. Well done. Your mum will be happy now. See?
I didn't expect you to say that.
Well, Mom, sometimes you have to take a chance.
Well said. Well said.
Well, who wants ice cream?
Ice cream, yay!
Actually, Mr. Zellner still owes me some.
He hasn't forgot. Okay, I want to go to save. I want to pick. I want to peek. Oh, I can. I was gonna say I want to peek at the save. Yeah, into the treasure chamber. Come on.
A great moment.
Okay,
Professor
all three keys are going in.
Your key, please.
Yes. Well,
Come on, Professor.
but you have to realize that...
Thank you.
Okay. Let's do it.
Finally.
What?
But
What?
Professor.
It's empty.
I wanted to give you this.
What?
Well, after the burglary in London, I thought the eye might not be safe on its
He
way to
kept
Egypt.
it.
So I secretly took it when I was supposed to place it in the safe in London.
how dare you?
I felt that I should leave the jewel to someone I trusted completely. Myself.
But the jewel was safe. From London to here, no one had an opportunity to steal it.
Didn't they?
I beg your pardon, my dear colleague. But if that were true, I wouldn't have had it.
Congratulations, Professor Lucien. You fooled everyone, it seems. The honor is yours.
Look, no matter what, he kept it safe. Why are you saying how dare you? It got from A to B. You know, why are you even stressed, that director? It doesn't make sense. The point is, it made it and it's safe.
That's that. Shall I explain the security system to you, Inspector?
The French ambassador summoned me. I have to get in touch with him. The press is besieging the embassy, and I have to answer their questions.
But you absolutely must come tonight. The opening of the exhibition will be the highlight of the year, and you are my special guest.
I will see what I can do. Zellner, will you have a look at the security precautions? We'll see each other tonight.
Of course, but...
Wait, Inspector.
What?
I'll join you.
Well, here we are.
That's a
The
surprise.
inspector will answer the reporter's questions for the next few hours. And well,
I won't take up too much of your time. I'll take a look around and then go lie down so that I'm ready for tonight.
That's a big surprise that Legrand let me... I'll pause it there. That's a big surprise that Legrand actually gave me a job and didn't send me on my way, because usually he sends me back to the hotel or something like that. So, yeah, it's quite good they actually trusted me with that. I didn't understand the director's kind of response there, where, how dare you? Because it's like, if the Raven had got into the safe, then it'd be gone now, and neither one of them would have made it. I mean, Lucien doing what he did was risky, yes, of course, but it got there, and now it's safe. So that director reacting that way was a bit strange. So yeah, unsure. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll call it a day there, and I'll see you again soon. Love you as always, and bye for now.